It's been a while since I've reacted to something. It's been a while. 'Cause it's been a while since I have done anything. It's been a while. Hey every peoples, I am Waterwitch 222 and welcome to another react video. Whoop whoop. Oh gosh, I feel like I'd never come back here. Oh hello Naya. Naya, why are you using my window as a scratching post? I thought we talked about this. I thought that we had settled this living arrangement. I thought you promised not to scratch the windows anymore in exchange for you getting a part of my bed. God, cats. You love them, but sometimes they make terrible roommates. Any hoozles, I'm finally back with another react video. I swear she's doing this on purpose. Anyways, I'm here with... Give me a moment. I is back, peoples. And now with no more interruptions, I'm looking at you, cat. What video we're reacting to today. Today we're going to be reacting to, After the Fact, Fluttershy's Friends, which was released 2 weeks ago by MLP Silvaquill. Yes, this computer problem that I've been experiencing has really hit me tenfold, and with my tablet having the issues that it's had, I haven't really been able to read people's comments or really do much of anything. It's really slow going, and I'm really hoping that I can fix that soon. So yes, first react video in a while. Jeez, you guys are still here. After all this time. You all deserve brownies. Brownie for you, a brownie for you, and a brownie for you. And I'm just rambling because I am a little bit exhausted from the week I've had. School's cabaret just ended, and yeah, we're going to be doing Shrek the Musical next year. Jeez Louise. Really tech-based show, but I know it's going to be epic. So how about we all just simmer down a bit, pull up a chair, grab some snacks, and just settle down and watch some hilarious brony banter. Hilarious brony banter. I got to use that more. Anyway, let me just adjust the volume. And Badooski.
Nurturer?
The big book of
No,
the big book on everything.
Queen Mother archetype. Ooh, maybe a challenger. I think the Amazon fits that more. Hey everyone, happy Arbor Day, and by extension, happy Fluttershy Day.
Because Fluttershy's a tree, I get it.
I'm on this archetype kick and very eager to celebrate Fluttershys, but branding is an issue. Believe it or not, I think Fluttershy represents a very critical archetype. You see, there are many archetypes with which we can identify, and some speak more to an individual than others. However, Carl Jung and many of his students, especially Tony Wolff, developed the theory that the male and female psyches are expressed through 4 core archetypes, referred to as a quaternary, because...
I'm actually learning things that are interesting.
For men, an emotionally healthy individual combines aspects of the lover, the wizard, and the warrior, along with the guidance and drive of the king. For women, health and growth come from nurturing one's inner queen by combining traits of the Amazon, the medial, and Fluttershy's archetype, the Hetaira. And I hear you all say, Silver, you learned loon. What is the Hetaira? Well,
that's what I want to know.
Name choice works against the lesson. Hetaira, derived from the root word hetara, or mistress.
Oh.
Hetaira was a cultured courtesan or concubine in ancient Greece.
Concubine, that's a funny word.
This word's proper translation and application. And this is where word choice cost me a good chunk of my audience, because no one would want such a term applied to a character in a children's cartoon. The problem is that many folks would focus on the physical aspect of this definition, while the archetype itself is more about emotional and mental, or psychic, relationships. Fluttershy has a curious history about forming connections. For a good while, she didn't really focus on getting to know other ponies, and yet she was engaging with mythical and often frightening creatures left and right.
Go Flutters!
Notice that in each case, these characters were male, from a dragon to a Draconiquus, from a pet to her own brother. Fluttershy has influenced male characters on a very personal level, and in doing so grown as an individual. It took 5 seasons for her to make a friend outside the main 6 who was a mare. And even then, a big part of that episode was about getting Discord to behave. That is what Fluttershy's archetype represents. And thinking about that, I understand why folks might not have enjoyed Fluttershy's character as much early on. So let's... Really?
Hey, Flutters.
Just as I'm explaining all of this, couldn't magically appear when I was at the part where I sing your praises? Well, hang on, dear Fluttershy. I shall do my best to explain the idea behind this archetype without giving my favorite pony a conniption.
Poor Flutters. The title card had barely come up and she's already blushing. Poor thing.
So, I made my choice on what term to use. I think companion is the best compromise.
Yeah,
Though
that's
out of
pretty
all the
good.
archetypes, this one might be the hardest to convey, especially in this show. My Little Pony has drawn an audience far larger than anyone could have
BronyCon,
predicted.
I will find
Yet it
you
remains a show
someday.
marketed towards young women. Oftentimes, folks praise how resourceful and self-reliant characters like Twilight, Rainbow Dash, Applejack, and Rarity are presented. I don't often hear about folks praising Fluttershy's presentation because she's usually more timid and reserved.
There's nothing wrong with
And
that.
She's often the comic relief, so I don't think she gets touted quite so much. It also didn't help that Fluttershy was presented as more a trope than an archetype. What's the difference? Well, a trope is more a twist one can put on an archetype.
Yeah.
On its own, it can seem very shallow or one note. I think this was one of the biggest criticisms against Fluttershy early on.
That pony's afraid of her own shadow.
Come on, Flutters.
Fluttershy was the cowardly lion, a being possessing tremendous power but is not aware of it due to their own self-doubt. That's a
That's a pretty good analogy, the Cowardly
Lion.
Lion.
Solution. This was her main theme for at least several seasons, and I understand why fans would express frustration. It made sense to me, as social anxiety isn't cured with just one bold act. But a repeated effort can seem less entertaining. Yet even early on, Fluttershy demonstrated traits of the companion. One of her landmark episodes, Dragonshy, featured her both overcoming her own fear and putting a check on a selfish male.
You do not! I repeat,
You do not hurt my friends! You got that? Fluttershy's awesome.
The episode could have stopped there, with Fluttershy reducing this proud dragon to tears. It would have asserted Fluttershy's dominion over a creature she once feared. But then she said this.
You're not a bad dragon. You just made a bad decision. Now go pack your things. You just need to find a new place to sleep. That's all.
Well now, that's something to ponder. Her
Woo!
goal wasn't to crush this dragon's will or spirit, but to get him to see beyond his own needs and grow up. That is the nature of the companion. To quote Tony Wolfe, who first coined many of these terms, the function of the companion is to awaken the individual psyche life in the male, and to lead him through and beyond his male responsibilities towards the formation of a total personality. Usually this development becomes the task in the second half of life, i.e. after the social position has been successfully established, which is what happened for Fluttershy here. For the first several seasons, she was, excuse me one moment.
Flutters, why do you keep blushing?
The first few seasons of Fluttershy's
Goodbye, Dad. Love you. Sorry about that, guys. My dad's leaving for work. Geez, so many interruptions these days. But what can I say? I am only human, and I believe it. I fall. Okay, enough with the cutaways. God.
development featured her pushing herself into new social situations. Sometimes she was forced into the roles. Other
Ooh,
times
the
she
marshmallow
wanted to
slowly going
participate,
brown.
but
That's a
hadn't
nice
the
touch.
drive. She had to define herself before she could truly help others. Yet look at how she's done since. She's led the town in both celebrating and respecting the Breezies. She's gone off on adventures outside her comfort zone. She's pushed herself to do more and in turn acknowledge what she really enjoys. Having found
Woo!
her footing, she's now better equipped to help others move forward. Of course, one shouldn't assume this is a one-way street. Fluttershy has grown and changed thanks to others' influence. Certainly her friends, but in particular...
Angel Bunny!
Angel Bunny!
Ugh, the devil himself.
This loathsome lagomorph continues to be Fluttershy's support and confidant, even as her social circle expands. Though it loves me some bunny stew, he is good for her. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Angel is rude, selfish, violent, and left to his own devices, he'd likely be irredeemable. In terms of survival, Angel could probably outlast a dragon, but survival is a baseline feature. A man left to his own devices will meet the criteria to survive, but without the right input, he'll never develop to his full potential. It's Angel's relationship with Fluttershy that enables him to shine. Out of all the characters in this show, only Angel seems willing to give Fluttershy some tough love.
I'm doing this because you're my very best friend.
Makes you wonder what Angel would be like if he was a pony. If he would lecture Fluttershy whenever she came home.
And he has been her comfort and encouragement in tough situations. Were it not for Fluttershy, I'm not sure he could have a positive outlet for his aggression.
I don't suppose you have any ideas how I could do that?
Gee, I wonder.
This, of course, leads to a very sincere question. What about that scene in Putting Your Hoof Down? I know this scene is supposed to be funny. A tiny buddy slapping a full-grown pony. There are some things working against it. Unlike when Angel chucked a carrot at his hapless owner in Dragonshy, she was trying to appease him. Plus, he's showing no concern towards her, so the whole thing looks abusive. Sadly, this has marred Angel's presentations from then on, even when he's supporting Fluttershy. So here's a question I never thought I'd ask. Did Putting Your Hoof Down get Angel's character wrong? Arguably, his actions did push her to learn her own value of assertiveness, and she in turn made it clear who decides the menu. But it's a very uncomfortable scene, almost as uncomfortable as Iron Will's last scene.
No means no, huh? Nobody's ever said that to me before.
So uncomfortable. And yet, Fluttershy was able to completely disarm him and stand up for herself without resorting to his methods. If anything, she showed Iron Will the difference between true strength and bluster. She also showed Seabreeze a better way to lead, though Fluttershy herself had to face a hard truth.
My displays of kindness may have cost you everything.
This is a critical element of the companion. The growth is not limited to a single party. A healthy relationship challenges the companion to grow as well, even as she invokes change in another. This is usually on a psychological level, calling both to mature and broaden their worldview.
I'm surprised that flower didn't die out by the time the mystery box came around.
While Seabreeze learned a different style of leadership.
I am sorry for how I treated you before. It was not right that I called you names. I did not even really believe those things I said. Hold on to me. Let us join the group.
Hold on to me, let us
Like
join the
Queen,
group.
Amazon,
Seabreeze
and
is
Needles
adorable.
groups to foster growth or challenges, the companion is focused on the personal one-on-one relationships. Not necessarily romantic, but still very close. I think that can include family. It certainly did for Fluttershy when she had to whip her brother into shape.
You have to get a job.
I'm still
Zephyr.
getting over the idea that she's the bold one in the family. But even so, she did what even her parents couldn't accomplish. She pushed Zephyr Breeze to get over his fear and commit to a path. At first it was by not allowing him any slack, but because she cared about his growth, she also recognized when he'd hit his low point.
Zephyr, you're smart and talented. You could do anything if you just tried.
And as a result,
Man, I really want to see more of Zephyr. Zephyr's awesome.
Independent stallion.
He's like the cool
So,
little hipster
let's
bro.
see here. Angel, Dragon, Iron Will, Seabreeze, Zephyr Breeze, maybe Manny the Manticore? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Gee.
Jeez, it's getting so you can't even build dramatic tension these days. Fine. The biggest influence Fluttershy has had on the entire series to date is how she formed a bond with Discord.
Woo!
Oh,
Discord,
cheap
I'm
shot.
howling at
This
the
was a
moon.
cheap shot. Minus street cred.
Discord troll
Yes,
face.
Discord's perhaps the most unlikely and powerful change Fluttershy has effected. It started before Discord even realized it.
Not at all. I am weak and helpless, and I appreciate
Fluttershy, you're too pure
In
for this
terms
world.
of power, Fluttershy can't measure up against Discord. After all, he forced her to act against her nature not once, but twice.
But guess what, Sassafras? I'm opposite Fluttershy, and I'm sick of being nice and quiet all the time.
Yet Fluttershy doesn't deny or act embarrassed by her weaknesses. By accepting herself, she moved beyond Discord's manipulation. He had to take the strong-arm tactic and, in a sense, lose to Fluttershy even as he flipped her. She's a pony who he can't make insecure or turn against her friends. Oh, he thought he could by playing along, but who was really changing whom?
Because that's what friends do.
And it was the denial of that friendship that forced Discord to choose absolute freedom or the first real connection he'd ever had. And ever since, these two have been engaged in a sort of tug-of-war. Discord is constantly testing the boundaries of their relationship, seeking how much control he can manage or press his own agenda. Yet Fluttershy has grown as well. She's learned to stand up for herself and can even give him a
Those two
talking
fight like a
down.
married couple.
She can even
I ship
employ
it.
some manipulation. a feat that I wouldn't have expected 2 seasons ago.
Unless you're afraid they won't like you.
Ooh,
So, here's what I
Fluttershy.
thought. Through the power of her connections, could Fluttershy be more powerful than Celestia?
Yep.
Of course, Fluttershy is too pure-hearted to abuse that, but it's a funny idea. The reason Fluttershy would never turn on the princess is because of her own personal values. Fluttershy doesn't enjoy conflict and would never accept taking power. This is a value born from within, as shown when she was willing to defy her friends to show true loyalty to Discord. As Tony Wolf said, the companion will convey to a male the sense of a personal value quite apart from collective values. For her own development demands of her to experience and realize an individual relationship in all its nuances and depth. To put it another way, Fluttershy isn't trying to get Discord to go along with what the majority says, but she does want to improve him by living up to what she values most.
What if you had a friend that you could discuss chaos-based magic with? Would that mean we weren't friends anymore?
No, I suppose not.
And I imagine we'll see her influence Discord as the series progresses, without trying to make him stop being, well, Discord.
Those two are so
Discord,
cute.
I've never known any pony as funny as you.
That's because Fluttershy has avoided becoming one of the companion shadows, which are represented in a passive or aggressive form. On the aggressive side, we have Spoiled Rich as an example.
Don't mind spoiled milk. She's just proud of me.
Keep telling yourself that, Filthy. It's more accurate to say that Spoiled Rich views her husband as a means towards her own benefit. His success translates into her luxury, and thus she will push his development, but only in ways that
Man,
benefit
they are
her.
really bad for each other.
Those at home, because I live in a mansion.
Instead of a genuine care for her husband's growth, he's little more than a means to her comfort, and any affection shared is a tool to keep him malleable. This makes me doubly glad that Diamond Tiara has rejected her mother's
Man.
passions. The passive side is something Wolf expressly warned against. If she overlooks the
Spoiled
persona side
Spoiled
of the
Milk
man,
and
or her children, or
Pacifica's
adapts herself too
dad,
blindly to
Mr.
it, she's
Northwest,
bound to
they would get
idolize the
along
personal
so
element,
well.
to incite it excessively, and may bring the man to the point where he himself loses
Filthy
his clear
Rich,
vision
you're
of the
better
power
than
of
that.
reality. No one represents this danger more than Vapor Trail and Sky Sting.
Ooh, these two!
Vapor dearly loves her friend, and placed the connection above all else. Though her motives were centered on another, she put so much emphasis on being his supportive friend that she sabotaged her own career and his growth. Instead of helping him push to become a stronger flyer, Vapor Trail's support caused Sky Stinger to become arrogant and lazy. Yet by being open and acknowledging her mistake, both were able to form a new connection and push one another to literally fly higher. Having covered the idea of the companion and her dual shadows, I would like to at least touch upon the idea of intimate relations. It's something Tony Wolf makes clear, though I don't strictly agree with her interpretation. For the man, sexuality is the self-evident manifestation of a relationship. For the woman, and in particular for the companion/Hetaira, it is under certain circumstances its result, or, according to the individual law of the relationship, it should even be kept out of it altogether. Instead of beginning with sexuality, as is frequently done, it may be the eventual result, once a relationship has reached a certain depth and psychic consolidation, and may thus represent a psychic equivalent to the security offered in marriage.
Man.
Now, in some ways this makes sense, but I become wary whenever people
That's
generalize
deep.
entire groups based on gender alone. I do think that there are guys who are happy to foster a relationship before physical intimacy, just as there are women who would rather start with the physical and see how it plays out. It's important to remember that these ideas are influenced by time periods, and may exclude some very important factors. So anyway, Fluttershy. Ew, a deer.
You poor
I
thing.
really should have gotten some distance before talking about that last bit. Well, I tried being direct. Now I shall be loud. Attention, Fluttershy. You are a warm, caring individual who draws out the best in others by showing your very best based on personal values. You have had an impact on many lives and have pulled off some of the most unlikely redemptions by being true to yourself. Every male friend, from family to pets, is a better man for knowing you.
Yay!
Should one day fall in love, that individual will be very fortunate. You will challenge your companion to grow just as they will challenge you. The important thing is to stay true to yourself while respecting their own individuality. The rest can be built upon that foundation. And while this can be a hard subject to talk about with a younger audience,
Hashtag
I really
Silverquill
do want to celebrate the message
2017.
of mutual
Best quote
respect.
ever.
Just as shows marketed towards boys should not ignore positive female influence,
Diamante!
I think a show marketed towards young women benefits from letting them see healthy interaction. That
I
mutual
love
respect
turtles.
is a way to grow into a healthy individual who in turn can bring out the best in others. From my eyes, nothing is as attractive as a friend or more than kindness and respect. You have that in spades, Fluttershy, and everyone you know is blessed for knowing you. I'm Silver Quill. Thanks for watching.
Yay! Flutters! Oh man, I haven't seen Silver Quill's stuff in a while. I have a lot of catching up to do. But what Silver... If I might rant for a moment, I think what Silver Quill said was really important. That, especially when it comes to relationships. Everyone goes through a relationship in their own way, but one of the best and most identifiable things in a relationship that one could look for is definitely kindness and compassion, and Fluttershy definitely displays that. Every person that she's met, whether they be male or female, was influenced greatly by not her looks and not just her personality, but the kind heart that she gives to everyone, even those that she doesn't normally interact with on a daily basis. I mean, she gives everyone the benefit of the doubt, whether it be an animal to a pony to a Draconiquus. It's her kind heart and her calm demeanor that draws people in and gives them a sort of safe place, sort of like Dr. Wolf's office. She's someone that you can confide in, and that's something important to look for in a relationship. It's something that I have strived to look for in a relationship, and one that I have found in a relationship. And I really hope that other people can look for that too. Not just in romantic relationships, but also in friendships. So what Silver Quill says here is important. Because even though Fluttershy may not be in a romantic relationship, she has still made very strong relationships with other people because she stayed true to herself and to what she believes in. Sort of went on a tangent there. Sorry about that. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. Laters, every peoples!